you're doing. Gotta love them honks. Alright, let's load you. There. I gotta remember where I was left off, even though we left it off like 12 hours ago, something like that. It's already forgotten. Scruffy koala. Yeah, I should, let's wait. I don't get time first thing in the morning to actually clean up. Well, afternoon too, now you're awake. You're too awake to get to bed. You need to be at work 5:45 in about 8 hours. Train menu. How they did it doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't. Got a bunch money in a rack mount case via the FIO rig. Ooh. Oh. This thing's well, I don't have power poles. Making me walk. It's also really loud today. Why is that so much louder today? Oop, that's a little bit too quiet. I'll take it down a notch. I was like, gee, that sounds really loud today. So that there. What do you mean sushi? No sushi belts. Bad. Bad. Bloody sushi belts. Oh, right. I was going to figure out how many of these things I actually needed as well. Because I actually don't know how many of these things I need. Hmm. Alrighty. There we go. I mean, it makes sense to have... Oh. Makes sense to do it competently, but... Yeah. There we go. Better. Might as well make use of the circuit supply that I have. That would be sensible. I did actually have good fun. So yesterday after the raid, I went off and joined Ika's game. I did have a good bit of fun doing that. Ah, see a problem with this. All right, change of plan. Yeah, let's not aggressively oh, wrong way. Let's not just completely aggressively I really cannot think today. Let's not aggressively throw splitters at the problem. Come on, coffee. Do your magic, coffee. How fast are these things? Where is it? 6.75. Yeah, I could just make the whole thing splitters. That would work too. So what was it? It was 0.675. So 0.675, craft time 0.5, productivity. It's 10, isn't it? 8. That means... What it is? So what I'm doing... Hey, Black Condor, hi. What's the goal of this base? This base is to do... the same as the previous one, only with Factorio extended. Which means it's more or less going to do 36,000 signs a minute. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, what I'm trying to do, I'm just doing a quick calculation to see to see how many of these machines I needed. Needs to multiply. $30 items a minute. It's like 10. Does 42. Something's wrong there. Because it's, yeah. Yes. So, yeah, take the 8K base, throw Factorio Extended at it, and now you got 36K base. Now, what I was thinking was there. Go there. Oh, this one's a tricky one to do. I'll do something like... Normally I have to do something like that. There. To get it to switch sides. Man, I got it to switch sides. But it normally pretty tricky to do. In that particular combination. Sort of expecting to have four lanes of circuits eventually. Yellow buzz. Sure. I'll just move swiftly along. There. What is the descending honks? That is a hink. That is what we call a hink around here, is the descending honks. It is a honk of many meanings. No, that's still enough. So that's 8. That doesn't make sense. Need a reverse hink. Like a hank or something. Although I don't want to use the word hank, ideally. Yeah, it's 0.5. I feel like I'm missing something. Path speed is 0.675. I feel like I'm just too sleepy to really see. Base boosted honk. Oh yeah, Hank. Hank would work. Honk be a bonk. Sound and look it. I mean, it is also 8 o'clock in the morning and I only got up at like 7. I should really start at 9, not 8. Probably help a lot. I don't know. 0.675. Craft time is 5. Productivity is... Oh, 1.08. There we go. Yeah, no. There it is. Now it's 4 and the sun is set. It doesn't help here that the sun comes up at like 5 AM and then the birds start chirping really loud. 7, 6. Hey, it's a spellmaster. 6 is the answer. Yeah, 6. That's 0.58 of a yellow belt. There we go, now we got it. So, 6. So there. Fills the first half. Okay. Now I gotta switch it. Now I gotta Uno switcho. Like that. I'll do that there. Well, maybe not like that. That's terrible. I'm really kicking goals today. I'm really kicking goals today. I don't even know why I'm doing it, because if I upgrade it to red belt, it doesn't actually matter. Yeah, well, I'm just going to walk away. That's probably the best thing to do, is just walk away at this point. If I can poke something else with a stick. Like purple. Why is purple slow? Because of steel. That's a problem I can solve. Future measure. Indeed. It's getting filed under future me problems. Has officially been filed under future me problems. I want less junk in my inventory. That'll do. You need to get your base to where you can build to make everything. If it is there. Yeah. Just getting the effort required to get into that mid-game stage where you don't have to worry about stuff. Always a pain. Yeah, so what we need is a double up on this. Or better yet, I'll probably move it out there. What science am I up to? I've got the purple built and almost ready to build. Well, we're stockpiling blues for various things. Everything's just a little light at the minute. This would probably be better off built over here. Like so. I don't know how necessary more of these would be, but 1, 3, 4. But I'll build them anyway. 1, 2, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll give me room to turn those into dedicated circuit smelters. Then I'm gonna want that. We're gonna go F to flip. Put that there. Whoop. Huge rocks in the way. We can't have that. Flip it back. Plop it there. And what that one can do is just tap that patch directly. Self-replicating portion. Expand everything else. Kind of... Yeah, I got purple already. What kind of resources am I working on? Yeah, you can F and G to flip a blueprint. So F to horizontally flip, G to vertically flip. How long? It's 1.1. Since 1.1. 1.1 thing. I suppose I'm almost at the point where I could build the... make everything. You can't flip everything. Anything with track doesn't work. And a few other things. Anything that's not normally flippable. Yeah, anything without... Which is... Anything that's asymmetric won't work. I think you can horizontally flip track, but you can't vertically flip, or something like that. Actually, no, that wouldn't work, because again, train stop wouldn't flip. I suppose. I might have to try that. Yeah, all that sort of stuff. Those things will not flip. It's always in the same, yeah, it's always in the same direction, so probably wouldn't. Alright, let's get rid of some junk. Speaking of junk, we got some old assembly machines still. Steel. You just leave it out and then drop it back in. That'll always work. Yeah, we're going with mini loaders this again. We're going to be somewhat limited in using the loaders because it's trying to do... So part of the UPS optimization is to not use splitters, and loaders kind of go hand in hand with with splitters in general. Loaders sort of operate with splitters. And that'll do. Lots will get the rest done. This playthrough, yeah. I mean, I can use loaders as long as it doesn't go into a splitter. Right, that's enough for building that. Let's come over here. Get this patch mining drilled up. What's your rule following for splitter? Which I'm trying to do a no splitter base. Because they are a bit of a drain on performance. No biters on this one, no. Just decide to turn them off, because inevitably they're going to get turned off anyway. What? Actually, not really. I don't care. They can come the slow way. I had to drag me ass out here. The bots can drag their asses out here too. Cheat splitter. That is true. I mean, technically, the mini loaders are just inserters, so it's probably in my best interest to not do cheats splitters. The reason I went with mini loaders is because I wanted them to interact with trains. Otherwise, I'd use loader redux or something. Good thing they stink so bad. No power armor? Modular armor only. I could actually do... I think I can do power armor at this point. Yeah, I did research it. I was working towards a power armor to at least get some legs going. Yeah, got everything to actually... Yeah, I got everything to actually do it now. I got the electric engines, we got the blue soy kits now. Even got them in my pocket to do it. Could pre-craft some more of those things while we're at it too. Over here. Bad bots. Oh, you can't even... Oh, there we go. was like, can you not even highlight them anymore? No, you can highlight them. Before starting, I was looking at Linus Tech Tips' latest video. He's got a 100 gigabit switch. It's absolutely bonkers. What was it? Tens of gigabytes a second. Gigabytes. Yeah, 100 gigabit and 100. It's crazy, isn't it? 11.2 gig. Yeah, 11.2 gigabytes a second. Will I use something like Rain's on-patch train smelter system? Yeah, experiments with. I was going to do on-patch smelting. I don't actually know what Rain's doing with that though, so I'll have to have a look. I'm intrigued. You go there. Desk mats have started shipping. I thought they already sold out. He did have was it a 10 gig? He was playing around with some 10 gig stuff already. 10 gig or 100 gig stuff already? Some fiber stuff. I can't remember it now. They'll even come over here for Confusion 100%. Oh yeah, 10 gig was there's the connection they got. Yeah, that's right. I was working towards power armor, so I could get Lee's. Core switch resets, more or less, yes. But it's effectively what he's done. I've got to fed this thing some more circuits. Oh, I reckon you could do with some more. The more the merrier with the bots, isn't it? The more the merrier. Okay. What did that give me? 35. I didn't actually make a way to output these, and I probably should have. Realistically, I probably could have had... was to actually implement it. Like so. Maybe I'll do it with these two. It's funny, I can barely remember the video and I only just watched it. It's bad. Don't stay up late all night. Get rid of these. Yeah, so just a little, little pass-through thing like that, and then the excess engines just get stockpiled. Used to be enterprise and starts at the consumer market, although it still sounds like enterprise gear. I mean, I think that that'll never be consumer grade, that thing. Like, nobody in the consumer space needs the 48 48 ports SPF fiber optic switch. I'm going to finish this thing off. Here we go. Because I did actually start on the coffee early. Alright, first things first. One of them. While that's crafting. Go grab another stack. Steel. Go steal some steel. Oh, your PoE IoT devices. So do those need fiber though? That all need, okay, that all actually need 10G connections. Okay then. It still sounds a little bit out of the ordinary for a consumer stuff. So what on earth do you have that needs that kind of throughput? Alright, let's do an upgrade. Leggies. Goggles. Boots. I'd do some more leggies if I could. If I didn't put the thingies away. More leggies. Sans needed and core routing. It's just so much throughput. What does a Mark II battery need? Wherever it is, Mark II. There it is. Yeah, well, let's kill off some of those for now. Let's try that again. There. Let's get the trash slots going. We'll just figure it out from there, I think. It fills a 24 port one kick switch. That's okay. Blackmagic raw footage is work from the network drive. Yeah, they edit over network, which is kind of an odd thing to do. Remember him saying that most places don't do. They just sneak and net everything around, which itself is actually pretty terrible. Oh, we're out of juice. Excellent. So what do you need? I think these need, yeah, they need low density. Alright, so we need to work on low density next. Okay. I still haven't unlocked Logibots. Or do they come with logistics system now? No? No, they're right there. They're, they're being researched. That's, yeah, logistics requests as part of the bots. I wonder if the things are shifting to the point where SneakerNet is no longer the best for throughput. What an odd situation to be in. Alright, let's pop you. You. Yep. Yep. Your robot. Yeah, RDMA. Actually, the first thought that came to my mind is how secure is that? Having remote direct memory access seems like a potential for a lot of problems. Seems like there's a lot of there's a lot of potential for problems with remote control and remote people accessing it remotely, more or less. Multi-threaded copy tool. Yeah. File transfer stuff is one of the high-end file transfer stuff, something that Windows has always lacked. Alright. Find flammables or something? Breaking force. Pokeball. Pokeball. You continue that. Try and do that as well. How's that looking? You're trying to do it with them. Very good, is it? Yeah. It's gonna be a horrid mess of wires. Jeez, Docker. I suspect that those sorts of things are supposed to be, they're not meant to be used bare metal, they're supposed to use Docker or some kind of abstraction. Had one of those PCIe cards? The honey badges? Or, I mean, honey badges aren't pretty nice. Oh, I wish the coffee had more coffee in it. Sorry, only five. Yeah, 5 honey badger cards. What the hell did I come down here for? I really don't remember. I need to make... Oh, first, let's just put a battery in there. Double coffee. We'll get another one in an hour's time. Like how I'm still fidgeting with this to try and make it go faster, even though I could really need to just make the belts faster. That can only supply one anyway. I can only supply one. I'm not really gaining anything. I need to go down there. What I might end up doing, I think, is completely re-drilling this and just... it actually isn't too bad. I was going to say re-drill it and separate everything out properly, but it's already kind of already there. What I really need is somewhere to deploy to make everything. Probably up here. Kinda boxed myself in and it's not great. I don't do that every time, I swear. Anyway, let's copy that. Actually, I'll copy that. Let's copy you. And this will be the low density. Eventually. Oh. That goes there. Ain't gonna work too well without it. Five more of these. I remember what I was gonna do. I was intending on finishing the mining drills to get the steel going. The second thing of steel going. I never got round to it. Mining drills are down here. I needed poles and crap for it. Yeah, those honey badgers are crazy things. Hath begun. Everyone pulled it off. Damn. You actually got the LTT mat. That's pretty cool. Thought about getting the Gamers Nexus one. Hey, it's a fallen angel. How you doing? Hey, the lights are back on. And lastly, thinking stems engaged. There and there. Oop, that's alright. There we go. I don't know if I want to stand around and wait for the boss to do it for me. I could try. Yeah, how you been, Fallen Angel? What you been up to? I imagine not much. I imagine for most people, not much is going on. You actually think about replacing the spinning drives in your drive pool with SSDs. Got a bunch of USAS right now, and SSDs are getting cheaper. That's actually something I've been thinking about, was changing my NAS, which is using 3 terabyte spinning disk drives, to SSDs. But SSDs, like, I need 3 terabyte SSDs, and they're like $700, something like that. It's not exactly what we call price competitive. Oh, the thing's probably out of power, that's why. I was like, why aren't the buttons doing anything? The robot port's probably out of power. God damn it. Waiting on officials to see if France will be reconfined or not. Everything's okay. Are you? Oh, you're looking at another. What is the state of France? Like, did France go into another lockdown, or was it sort of edging but didn't quite make it? E3 to keep the stripe intact. I don't know. I don't know if I can actually replace one at a time and resize. It is effectively a RAID 5 that I've got. I haven't been able to keep up with everything that every other country's had going on. Come visit New Zealand when you're free. Do what we like. No lockdown for... Yeah, there's... do you know, over the last... Since the beginning of December, we've just been flooded with ads for travelling to New Zealand. Like, it's just constant. So many ads for going to New Zealand. I mean... Can't complain. I was back on. No, we're the Sydney people are, but that's because it's so there's this part of Sydney called the Northern Beaches, and that's like your Byron Bays and those real. It's sort of those touristy areas that and touristy surf and beach areas that everyone knows of, that you generally should have heard of, and it's kind of like a little slice of Florida, up in New South Wales. People there are, yeah, it's those kind of people. Need adventure, cricket picks, stadiums. Yeah, certainly the mask restrictions here have been relaxed. It's like if you can maintain the social distancing and you're generally out in the open, you don't need one now. But this state here is generally is somewhat cautious. Out of the cricket games, home turf advantage. Yeah, they're generally playing it. They're sort of playing it cautious. This state, and they're locking down the border. As soon as the trouble brewed up in up north, they're like, nope, no travelling on the border. Lock down the border between the states. Just weren't having any of it. Favorite is wear a mask into a restaurant. Sit down and take it off. Trolley train all the materials back? Sure, why not? Realistically, you'd have to, like, the end result of this will be the same as the end result of SARS, where if you're sick, you're just going to wear a mask from now on. Like, SARS has basically reached the rest of the world now. Restaurants here, takeaway only. That's the way I see it. Oh, they actually built it with the wooden power poles and all. How about that? You need majority copper. Buy light bulbs. I still need 5 more. Try to read out much before. Basically, we only grab stuff, take it home without being around minimally. In public, you have to wear a mask now, at least in parking areas where lots of people. Yeah, and I think masks will be the new norm, like in South Korea, Japan, those sorts of areas where they were particularly ravaged by SARS. It's kind of amazing, really. Like, I say we, it's like Australia, US, Europe especially, didn't really feel the force or managed to dodge the majority of SARS back in the day. And the other one, what was it? It was MEMS, I think, as well. And what was the other one? The third one that was a few years ago. It just decided to throw you to 145. Hey, fake humanoid. Sweden be like, ah. Sweden be like, what are those? Sweden be like, lockdown, but we need my weed. Shrug emote, apparently. Ain't nobody got time for no lockdown. What's the goal of this one? Same as the old map, only at 36, only with Factorio extended, which means 36, it works out to be 36,000 signs a minute. Not a silly result at all. Definitely not silly. It's perfectly sane. And plastic. It's high. You can tell I've reached the point where I stopped caring about laying it out neatly. Happens every time. Towards the end, I'm like, yeah, just throw things down wherever. Just make the bots fix it. And Super J, how you doing? And Azine's here too. What do you mean rude? Hi. I'm way too sleepy. Everyone's here apparently. Hi. How you doing? Make it up and we'll stamp down a better layout later. Pretty much. Yeah, this is the stage. This is that stage where you just stop caring. Too sleepy, and it's only 8:40. Keep in mind that I did go to bed at midnight, and then I was up again at like 10 to 6. I'd back to go back to your company to get a new one. Remask with filters, but same but with. You're an expert? You are an expert, definitely. Yeah. I mean, like, that Iker, he's just holding us back, isn't he? Like, we have to really just teach him everything, don't we? And stop him from messing. Like, you need a flamethrower at the standby to stop him from just completely destroying everything, throwing down his dodgy sushi lines everywhere, and copper wires and oil pipelines. Like, it wouldn't even let you do the oil. Rude, isn't it? Oh yeah, hand holding. So much hand holding. What was I doing? I can't remember. I can't remember anything of what I was doing. I was doing stuff and junk and things and crap. This is why I should stop doing these things first thing in the morning. I want red belts, but I kind of don't want to put the effort into actually making red belts. Alright then, I'll just ignore the problem and make it go, and just assume it'll go away on its own. Where? Slap down an ME. The problem is I need logistics system to actually slap down the ME. It's kind of... It's not a belt. Kind of a limiting factor on this. I'll tell you what, let's... Miners and Mark II batteries. Oh yeah, I did the... So I did the... These should actually be crafting. Yeah, they're crafting. So I did those to make the stuff. The things to make the Mark II batteries. Now I need this for the steel. This stuff up here. And then I can slap down, maybe slap down an ME, and then do the yellow science. There. I think I might be losing it. I can do the yellow science to get the logistics system, and then the ME can actually work. Because by the time it starts building itself, by the time between slapping it down and getting it built, so it'll actually be ready to go. And then I won't have to worry about anything ever again. All problems we solve forever. 1, 2. Oh, that's convenient. There it is. $36 a minute with 6 rockets every 10 seconds. It sure is. Imagine if I put the honk sound in again. There's going to be so many honks. That's 6 honks every 10 seconds. I haven't actually checked how many silos that is. I imagine the answer to that how many silos it is a lot. How many is it? I do have the thing open still from yesterday. Let's see. Silo. Where's silo? Yes, a honk just like that. Am I blind or can I not see silos? Oh, it's 53 silos! 53? I'm gonna need a silo mark too. Where is it? There it is. 53 silos! With 8 beacons. What am I doing? Make it 60. Yeah, just round it off with an even 10. Yeah, it's the animation for 53. I can add more. 53 silos. Jesus. The other base only had 16. I've never had. I think even like the most I've ever had is like 24. It's more than double. I knew this was going to be stupid. But I didn't think it'd be that stupid. I have a task, apparently. What have I committed myself to? What's going on here? Everyone's winning. Should be getting your skulls drummed. Only get drummed, yeah, you only get drummed when you're soloing. But not enough people should be getting their skull. But the assumption is that the Fallen get their skulls drummed. Oh, you lost. Yeah, someone's got to be, Veldak's meat shield. Otherwise Veldak will never win. 95% win rate chance, and still gets his skull drummed more often than not. Alright, look at that. Look at that, all that ore coming on in. Look at that, it's beautiful. Bam. We joined it on the 4-1. Damn that pesky nature. Looks like I can actually pull a fair amount. How many? It's about 24. It's a bit more than a yellow belt, really. So I could actually pull 4 red belts out of it, probably. Fairly comfortably. This means trees will Stay since there's no pollution. Yeah, the trees won't change. They won't change to their destroyed state. Oh. Running out of belt makes me sad. Running out of oil also makes me sad. How come? Oh. Let's not do that. You kinda need that. So do you. Hey, his name. How's summer treating me? Well, on that note, summer. Like allegedly, it's summer here, but it's what is it? 17 degrees right now, with a max of 23. Summer's going real easy on me. What? I want to be smart. If I just did that. Yeah. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's cold for summer? Yeah, it's a bit cold. Priority input? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Make sure it pulls those first. Where's me belt there? This time I will actually grab the 2000, the full 2000. In theory, it should actually be feeding in there. Is it a lack of oil? No? It's probably an excess. Yeah, it's an excess of petroleum. You always inevitably end up burning excess petroleum into solid fuel. But no matter what, it always ends up being that way. Importantly, can I make a robot port so I don't have to stand here and do it? Has the little belt? What do you say? Out of belt. I should have known, really, shouldn't I? I should have known better. But apparently I didn't. I never learn. It's mainly because it's an inventory management problem. Like, I don't want to completely clog my inventory with junk. Like, 2000 belt is 2 rows of inventory. It's quite a lot. Steel? Steel. It's always steel. Alrighty. Have you? Actually connected. Yeah, it is. Ah? Ah, yeah. Let's add a little wire to this one. You're greater than, we'll say, 10k. Greater than 10k. That way we don't try and burn away all of our gas for no reason. I'll make it 5. So yeah, anything more than 5,000, then it'll get turned into solid fuel. There. Actually, turning into solid fuel would also help. Yeah, wrong recipe. Fine. I just need to get some more chemical plants, and then that will make all of the crude oil disappear in a very short amount of time. Yeah. Inevitably, I'm probably going to run out of something else. So get rid of this. And maybe, just maybe, I'll have to come back to it, I think. So I can be lazy. I think I can be lazy. Be lazy. Did this take an entire belt? Yes, it did. Like that, and like that. There you go. Half of the steel already gone. Half of the iron already gone. Just like that. Just evaporates. Five to 1 ratio? Yeah. It is. What calculator website we're using? That was Factorio Lab. Could probably actually send 2 belts down. Yes, right? There it is. That's the one. Exclamation mark calc. I definitely remembered that that was a thing. Definitely remembered. There we go. I'll set that to output priority though. Suppose I will just, for good measure, add a second one. Belt fitting the plastic isn't contaminated? No, it's protected against such things. Yeah. I probably can't supply both belts, but yeah. I mean, realistically, it's probably more than capable of. Yeah, contaminated. It inevitably comes all the way through there cleanly now. Let's make our way over here. Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing? Alright, these two are plugged in. 2 more belts ready to go. Just need fuel now. And then it's off to the races. You know what? I'm here. It's it's too disgusting. Gotta do something about it. I mean, whether or not this is an improvement remains to be seen. But it's at least less of a just chaotic mess. Did I give up on not using splitters? No. I mean, early game splitters are fine. Like, you sort of can't escape it. It's the final mega base knee is where the no splitter comes in. That should be a quarter. It's a quarter. Quarter built. Kind of silly when you think about it. It's a quarter built of steel. I think it's worth being that anal. Yeah, early game. At least at this stage of the game, it's not really worth the hassle. But for the final base, I don't know. There's some interesting ideas and interesting builds that come out of it, and that's what I'm mainly interested in. And I've never actually done a fully optimized, fully 100% all in UPS optimized base because they're actually really boring. They're not interesting at all. Hey, Wikimedia. Oh, of course it is. Of course it's steel. It's always steel. How is I? I am doing pretty good. That. I can make one. I might make two. I got lots of standby power. Cool. Steel. There are plenty of other optimization. It's the problem is once you go beyond a lot of the easy gains, it's sort of a lot of everything. I mean, inserters start to stand out, but once like the next optimization for the 8K base with the no splitters is you just start thinking about optimizing beacons. Because beacons actually start becoming significant, which yeah, I'm not interested. Like by that stage, it's just getting out of control. Second network size, yeah, that's another one too. A new factory. Going for one screen at max zoom. Did move the starting point, but had to find all ores on one screen. That sounds like an interesting one. I mean, it's a bit, yeah, one screen at max zoom, so that is all you got to work with. Are you actually defining it with like wall or something, or is it just locking that screen there? I mean, it's certainly more interesting than a no belt challenge. That's dumb. That is actually just dumb. So these all going. They're actually all... No, they're waiting on steel. These blueprint walls. Okay. I think I might have been a little bit optimistic with a half belt of stone and steel. No biters. Yep, makes sense. They'll just get in the way. Most of the CPU sometimes benzene used primarily auto products. Prefer watching series with lots of trains and things. Yeah, like once you go into one of those super optimized bases. Do I even have the 25k one? No. I have a 25k one and it's like 500. It's of the same build stamped like 20, however many times it is, like 40 times, whatever, to make the science that it needs, and it just barely runs at 60. It's like cool, fully optimized, but it's it's just really clinical the way it looks. It just feels, it just, trying to think of the best way, like, it's sterile. It's not interesting. It's, the best term I've ever heard is clinical for that sort of thing. Clinical. Because you're just cranking the handle and getting the result. There's just nothing really interesting along the way. I remember hearing, I picked that one up originally from, term clinical, from, it was someone was trying to describe, it was saying what was wrong with modern racing, and their answer was it's clinical. And it's pretty accurate. Like F1 and all that. They're all, like, they're doing interesting things, but on the whole, yeah, hang on. There we go. How many labs is 36k? Take the head drumming. The labs is an interesting one because there's Mark 3 labs. I think it's still a lot. Like, in fact, it's 1,168 Mark 3 labs. Do I bother with Makerspace? Yes, I do because, like, even on this one, there's no reason for military. I'm still going to do it because I consider the military to be part of it. Like, I consider, like, skipping on a science pack is kind of cheating. It also works out that purple and military share a lot together. So it's actually really easy to, there's a lot of cross-contamination between the, cross-contamination? There's a lot of resource sharing between the two. They both share similar quantities of stone brick, crossover, yeah. What does Factorio Extended do? It has this tab here, which is an extra tier of items and stuff and junk. Currently unlocked titanium. But yeah, generally what it does, it unlocks like, yeah, the Mark 2 and 3 furnaces. There's Mark 2, 3. It adds a tier 2 and a tier 3 of pretty much everything. All the way through, from inserters through all the machines, bots, trains, power poles. Lights up everything you have unlocked. That's base game. Yeah, it's faster machines mostly. That's what it does. Can I head over the tablet? Alrighty. Yeah, what? Do you mean, yeah, this exclamation mark thing is base game. That's 1.1. That was added in 1.1. Neil. Wanted to yell at that. I think that might be a case for, up all my gears. Everything unlocked? Yeah. What is the exclamation point? The exclamation point? That just says that they're new items. It's, yeah, just a feature in the game now. There you go. Have in your game. If the items are already unlocked, or if you're not on version 1.1, you won't see it. Like if you did the research before 1.1, or if you're not on 1.1, then you won't see it. And if you're not on 1.1, get your ass on 1.1. Probably could have copied that whole thing. I mean, there's no reason to hold back on updates for Factorio. Any improvements to trains, the 1.1 like. The improvement to Spidertron as well is really nice. There we go. I think your favorite version is 0.12 when you played the most. Yeah, the logistics request for Spidertron, the extra controls that the Spidertron remote has. That stone's looking a little sad. Hey, we're actually done the research. I guess at this point I'm really just ticking boxes. Let's just start unlocking the factor extended stuff, I think. Because these are all blue techs. See how different it was? It's a bit the mini-map is very blue. Is probably the best way to put it. No point for military? Do I have biters on? No, I don't have biters on. So in theory, there's no point to military, but I'm still going to do it because, as I say, there's a large crossover between military and purple, so I might as well just use it. Might as well make use of it. I might need a bigger puddle of stone. I'm not getting much out of this one. I mean, having said that, to get the mining drills. Oh, that's mining productivity. Right. Probably needs pollution filters and all that crap. Ah, there it is. Yeah, pollution filters, productivity, and efficiency module. People on commenters on Factorio were just the worst. I remember Shred Guy had that. Shred Guy deleted all his Combinator videos because everyone just attacked them too. That Combinator classroom thing. I think there's still one or two videos, but majority of them are gone now. He just didn't want to deal with it. Yeah, he deleted them. Let's see. That's about, yeah, it was really good. Like, it was incredibly comprehensive and thorough. Yeah. See, there's only two left. Only two of them. Balance train and number 4 and number 5. 1, 2, and 3 are all gone. It's possible they're private as well. It's possible they're just private. But yeah. I remember seeing the comments and there were tons of downvotes on it and everything. I dislike people. Sometimes they criticize. Yeah, it comes back to that thing where I say, I think I said it before, where like 20 coaching the most is logic systems. I've been talking about doing it for, it's kind of what puts me off doing it as well. That's why I kind of never committed to it. Like, there's also a lot of there's a lot of people that do it to try and sound, so they can sound clever and authoritative. So they can sound like they know what they're doing, know what they're about. They want to sound intelligent, so they come in trying to be all cool and smart, saying things, saying exactly what the problem is, and oh, this is wrong and that's wrong, and actually it's like this. Oh, well, actually, Mr. Streamer, Mr. Content Creator, you do this. You do the McGeary combo, as Cold Diggity would say. That the name had to. It was rattling around and it just wouldn't come. It got there eventually. Hey, username. What's Canberra doing? Let's see. It's cool and cloudy with a temperature of 17 degrees or 62 Fahrenheit. Winds are blowing from the east, very lightly, and it's also very humid up there. So I mean, people like that. Yeah. There's also a lot of what people do talk about with, like, a lot of tutorials with combinators. For whatever reason, they always talk about logic gates, and, ors, and nots and stuff. And it's like, why? Like, that is literally like the most useless application of them. Like, they're not redstone. That's not how combinators work. Like, you can't treat combinators like redstone. Last electric smelter. Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. In all honesty, it doesn't really matter. 3 is a bit excessive, but I'll do it to satisfy the missing belt. I mean, at the same time, I could just delete the ones that's missing, and it would be equally as fine. I could just delete the third assembler machine. You need a RoboFrames as well. Autoquake combinators too? VHDL. Or Verilog, maybe. I don't really know. I only know of the existence of Verilog, but I don't know anything about it. But yeah, I would call it VHDL. And or a not? Yeah, but there are combinators. Like, there's direct ways of doing it. You don't need this massive ball of combinators to do it. What people would do is they'd have like 2, 3, 4 VHDL, versatile hardware description language. It's for programming FPGAs or describing the hardware of FPGAs. And PLAs and GELs and all that crap. Believing learning combinators had the most luck, deconstructed like the ME or the rail. Yeah, that's how I learned. I deconstructed Madzuri's systems. Every time. The trouble is, once you throw a whole bunch of eaches in, things start to get real confusing. Like, I have a hard time reading back the stuff that I made. There we go. Wireless train network. I need to have a look at how that works now. How it works these days, I mean. Because the HTN is more or less an extension of my train system. Yeah, a few people with Factorio YouTube channels get pissed off and delete or most of their channel. It's surprisingly common, or they just leave. That's my biggest complaint with the. I don't think I mentioned. Did I mention it? I had to think. I was thinking about it over like the last month and trying to quantify exactly what the hell's going on. And the conclusion I came to was that the Factorio community is transactional. They're only like the only thing they get out, the Factorio, majority of the Factorio community gets out of videos and streams and such is a transaction. They want to make a transaction between the content creator and themselves. And admittedly, that is usually telling them why they're doing something wrong. Like that's the transaction. Or they want to exchange their opinion on something. They don't want to do anything beyond that. Doesn't necessarily include everyone here, but I can guarantee because of that and a few other things, a few things going on. But yeah, you could see the same thing going on, that transactional relationship. In fact, VGG, you could argue that VGG's streams were based on that transactional relationship because his interaction and entertainment was based entirely on the manual driving the train around his base. He had a really cool base, and it was hugely entertaining. But it was a transaction, like it was, you throw bits down, and then he starts manual driving trains. Again, transaction. Said I do this in exchange for that. All your points belong to me. The first Factorio video was a blind first run. You can put them in the first game before posting it. It's doing it wrong. That's why I moved. Like, I used to be really wound up about that mindset, and I'm glad that I moved away from it. Best thing I ever did was move out of that doing it all wrong mindset. It's not constructive. Database? Yes, this is what you would call a database. This is what you would approximate to being a database. Excellent, we got some yellows happening. Made the research. Green of all things. Ah, plate. I was like, how? Green not working. This database is all wrong. Dare I redirect it? Lost again? Damn. Blame AK. In that context, doesn't make sense. Problem is, everyone who plays this game has a different set of priorities, and that's where that starts to fall. That whole doing it all wrong starts to fall apart. I don't think I've ever really commented on any video on YouTube ever. Always when someone assumes that another player has the same priority. Yeah, that's fundamentally what's really going on. Like that's why people are saying it is just their priorities don't line up. Admittedly, at the same time, there's probably also an element of they don't want to understand what the priorities are. They just want to say they just want to complain that you're not utilizing the same priorities. Debatable whether or not what I'm doing is a good idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think that chaos is what I wanted. I think. No, not quite there. I broke it. Now I fixed it. Excellent. It's almost like I need red belt or something, isn't it? It's working as intended. Hey. Probably redirect this to here, like that. And then this doesn't need to contribute at all. There. Purple belt. I mean, yeah, we do need purple belt. Eventually. Actually backing up pretty well on those. Okay. And it wouldn't hurt to productivity module these. Because of red belt, you just run another yellow. Basically, that's why I don't do it. Is because you might as well just run another yellow. Just run more yellow. Yeah, if there's plenty of space. If I'd really sprawled out, you just add more yellow. I mean, this thing can't even the mining that I have can't support smelting red belt at red belt speed. So it won't do me any good. This one probably can support 4 belts because it's 8 into 4. Probably just, and probably struggle. Yeah, oh, speed runs you don't do red belt. Spare yellow of iron? I think I do. Yeah, there is actually a spare one there. It should actually go into circuits. Having the smelters dedicated to a task is a better way of doing it. Instead of doing the whole main bus with the bus taps and all that. It's, like that. The day I moved away, the day I realized that this is just basically the same as direct feeding was really when I started to properly understand ratios and stuff like that. The ratios and how balancing inputs and outputs, how it really works. Like you just have like one of each or one or two or something for the base, and then just direct feed the circuits for everything else. Not worth the hassle of trying to do bus taps for these. You really want that honk for? I actually had an idea for another sound, and I haven't got the sound yet. I need to go find it. Alright, we can make a start on logistics system now. Which means, dun 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 dun, we can place one of these down. In preparation for the logistics system. And this is when I find out that stuff is missing again. Apple. Squirted. Bots. I don't remember what the other one was. I think it was utility? Don't need utility. So beautiful. Everyone honk forward to replace your face with a goose. The other one. There's another one that's really important, and I can't remember what it is. Storage. Inserters. Power combinator. Unless I integrate it into... I'm probably thinking of some older thing that I now integrate into power and combinators. Assemblers? Possibly. Even... No, they can't. Can't actually even get there. Let's give him a bit of a helping hand then. Making yellow assemblers? No, I haven't actually unlocked them yet. But the whole thing can run on tier 2. Ten. Hey, oh, let me see it. It won't let me see it. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, I can actually downgrade these for now. Perfectly valid strategy. Combinators, yeah. Yeah, it's a link, not a file. Oh yeah, don't have stack inserters. Who knew? Who'd have thunk that you need steel plate for substations? Run mostly on Assembler 2. I mean, early game Assembler 2s are fine. Alright, let's have a look. Ah, that one. Yeah. Cargo size. I mean, cargo size is also good. I want is speed. Because god dang, these things are slow. Never use blue belts and yellow assemblers? As soon as you're at Honk 4, there's going to be a test for Honk 5. I don't know. There's always going to be an N+1. What does Logistics System 2 do? That's Factorio Extended. That adds the next tier of robots. So that gives you Mark II robots. Probably need a little bit of pre-logistics system stuff. Need steel. I'm gonna need circuits, we've got that. Going, I need like it here, gonna need copper plate. Row. It just spits it on the floor because it's actually an inserter. There. Steel plate. There's steel, there's steel. Like that. Crisis, how you doing? Good morning. Guten Morgen. Now, while that's researching, I think it's time to refill coffee. So I'm gonna take a quick break right here. Maybe poke this with a stick again. Ah, they're all going. Yeah, they're all going. So yeah, you good? Wonderful. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause for a minute, for a few minutes, refill coffee, and then we'll continue on.